Alright, so this is a video of the first paper, major artists versus independent artists. I'm going to read through the assignment here. Some students will learn better from reading from a video, watching me explain the assignment. I'll add in some points about things to make important, things to emphasize when you're working on this paper. Um, because this is a college paper, it should be well written. There should be no grammatical issues at all, and that is partially incorporated into the actual assignment, as you'll see. So let's do it. The assignment. In this assignment, students will write 3 to 5 page paper comparing the differences between an artist signed to a major record company and an artist or band that has decided to stay independent. The paper should document how the artist earns money in each scenario, the responsibilities of the independent artist compared to the responsibilities of the major label artist. Be sure to discuss what remains the responsibility of the artist and what changes hands to the major label, and what an artist can realistically expect from each scenario. Finally, address how each might appeal to an artist who is looking to start his career or her career in the music industry. That's the basic assignment. I'll keep going in a sec here. But it's important, once again, I think, to make this relevant to your career and what you are looking for. So take some time to really think about what would be applicable to your situation. If you are an artist, there are probably artists you look up to. Figure out their situation and how they got where they are today. If you're on the engineering or production side, maybe there's bands you're working with. Figure out how that plays into one of those two situations, working with an independent label or a major label. Students should cite real examples, do research to support their points for each scenario. The paper can focus on one major artist and one indie artist, or several major artists and several indie artists. All assumptions must be supported by actual facts. 5 sources are required for this paper, cited in the body of the paper, parenthetical reference, parenthetical citations, and in a bibliography at the end. The bibliography is not one of the 3 to 5 pages of the paper. That is an additional page. Sources need to be cited, and the sources need to be credible. Once again, forums are not necessarily a good place to look for information on this. Random web searches and eHow websites, not credible. They're designed to sell you advertising. So make sure that you are going to the local library or going to credible websites to find information on these topics, as it's a really important part of this entire industry. It's where a lot of the basic structure and money ends up. Yeah. Alright, format. Paper must be typed in 12-point professional font, Times New Roman, Cambria, something like that. Double-spaced. Student's name, date, class name, and instructor must be in the proper location on the first page or on a cover page. If you want to make a cover page, awesome. All papers must be reviewed at the ACE lab in this situation, on this assignment. You must turn in your sign-off sheet, an edited draft, and a final copy of the paper on the due date. I'll say that again. All papers have to be checked and reviewed by student peer editors in the lab, not just because. So this paper basically has to be written a week before and reviewed a week before it is due. And those dates of when it's due are on the assignment sheet. Papers must be printed, stapled, and turned in on the due date at the beginning of class. No emailed papers, and your papers, when you turn them in, will include the following in this order, top to bottom: the assignment sheet, from which I'm reading right now, the final paper, the marked up edited draft that you had done a week before the paper was due, and the sign-off sheet for the editing. Paper grading criteria: paper is proofread carefully and does not contain any grammatical or spelling errors. This is a college class. I'm not an English teacher. Your work should be written at a professional level. Paper compares major artists. That's 20 points. Sorry, the last one. Paper compares major artists and independent artists with credible support and examples. The 4 key things that you should look into, and you can definitely structure your paper based on these key points, is how does money flow? What are the responsibilities of the artist? What are the expectations of the artist and the record company? And why might each, a major or independent record company, appeal to different artists? Those 4 points: money, responsibility, expectations, and why it might appeal to a specific artist or different artists. Those are 15 points each. And then 20 points, 20% of the grade, is a properly formatted bibliography with at least 5 credible sources. So once again, Wikipedia will not count in this situation. But at the bottom of the Wikipedia page, where it has all the resources, you can definitely go there. It's great. Great place to look for some more actual credible sources. Resources: library, internet magazines, print magazines on the industry, Audio Engineering Society online, forums from credible sources on those forums. So, if Bruce Swiden has a forum, sorry, Bruce, if I can pronounce your last name right, that would be a credible source, but X-Realism would not. And here's a key point, last thing: only one online source is acceptable, unless it's from a publication that can also be read in print. Something like the New York Times, Billboard, Rolling Stone, Sound on Sound, those can all be found in print as well. But only one online source is an acceptable thing. So you have to have 5 sources, 4 of which are not online sources. If you have any other questions, you can go back and watch this video again, and also read through the assignment sheet, which should be up online for this site, up online for the class, and handed out in class.